Coming up on Lazer Update, we hear from Chuck Wilbur about high school students getting the chance to become an OCC media student for the day.
Then we head to the dojo and hear from Sensei Jonathan Reed. All that and more in the next 20 minutes.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Lazer Update. My name is Claire Akers.
And my name is Nick Bullock. Today is Wednesday, May 10th, 2023. And Claire, there are only 4 more Lazer Update shows left. Can you believe it?
I cannot, Nick. Time surely has flown by. Let's get straight to the show. Earlier this year, high school students got the chance to come to OCC and learn what it takes to be a BMC student. They were even able to make their own little segment using the studio equipment. Dante Casella tells us more.
Students from East Syracuse Manoa High School and Fayetteville Manlius High School came to the main campus at Onondaga Community College to learn what it was like to be a student in the Broadcasting Media Communications Department.
What Media Day is, it's just an event for high school students in the area that are looking at OCC or maybe interested in OCC, an opportunity for them to come up here and see our facilities in colleges in the area. I hear a lot of the news channels always brag about our facilities and how nice they are, and I think it's great for students in the area who want to possibly study here at OCC or maybe in that field.
Students had the opportunity to touch the equipment and learn hands-on what it's like to be in TV classes.
You know, a lot of students want to have hands-on stuff, and a lot of people don't know what they want to do, and sometimes they're trying to figure out, do I want to be general studies? What do I want to study? And when they see the facilities, and it might trigger something, hey, this is something I could do, and it may bring up some interest for them.
This day was meant to show students what it was like to experience the Broadcasting Media Communications Department.
Days like this are why there are so many students deciding to become BMC students. And who knows, maybe one day one of those students who attended this year's Media Day will be right here where we are doing this very show.
Earlier this semester, emails were sent about Aikido lessons being held in the Allen Hall gym. The students were learning from someone who has over 30 years of experience in Aikido. Sensei Jonathan Reed, Dominic Ciccarelli went over to Reed's dojo to learn more while also trying it for himself.
Sixth Dan, Sensei John Reed, is owner and chief instructor of Aikido of CNY and has trained in Aikido for decades. I sat down to ask him about his art, his experience in it, and his involvement in OCC.
I was about 16 years old when I discovered Aikido, and after going in and observing a class, I was hooked. I knew that I wanted to do Aikido, and I've been training ever since. Aikido means harmonizing with energy. On a physical level, we're moving with the attack, never clashing with the energy, utilizing the momentum and force and redirecting it.
Sensei John also taught a small program of classes at OCC earlier this semester, hooking more than a few students. I even gave it a try, and well...
I got an email from the director of the counseling program as part of the OCC Wellness. And they said that there was a need for the students to partake in Aikido. It's been a very positive experience. I've really enjoyed it. The kids are wonderful. They've really been engaged. They really seem to get it. For only having a few classes so far, they're already showing dedication and progress after only a couple of weeks.
Whether it's at OCC or his own dojo, Sensei John stays laser-focused for his next Aikido lesson.
If you have any questions about the classes that are offered, you can head over to the school's website at aikidocny.com.
Now we head into a segment we call Pulse of the Campus, where we let the students' voices be heard about a certain topic.
Today, John Baker goes out on campus to hear what sports do the students here at OCC like to watch. Let's see what they have to say.
Sports is an integral part of the OCC community, and I took time to ask people around campus what their favorite sport to watch is.
My favorite sport is tennis. I love watching tennis year-round. It's like my Super Bowl, so I'm watching all the Grand Slams, the U.S. Open, Australian Open, French Open, and Wimbledon.
Yeah, my favorite sport to watch is baseball. I grew up watching the Yankees. I also played through middle school and high school. Right now, my favorite player to watch is Aaron Judge. Yeah, it's just a fun sport.
My favorite sport's basketball. It's one of my favorite sports, actually. Favorite team's got to be Trailblazers. My favorite player is Damian Lillard. You know, go Dame. It's Dame time. the carry of the team. The losses only helped CJ McCollum a long time ago, but it's all good. Really, I like basketball. It's a sport that brings people together.
There you have it with OCC's favorite sports. With your Pulse of the Campus, I'm John Baker.
Tennis, baseball, and basketball. Not a bad trio of sports, if I do say so myself.
Speaking of sports, before we go to our break, let's see what our various sports teams have been able to accomplish within the past few days and what's coming up. Check it out. First up, on May 7th, the Lazer softball team beat Genesee Community College on the road in convincing fashion 12-2. Avery Sals ended up with 3 runs, 2 hits, and 3 RBIs.
Also on May 7th, the women's lacrosse team would beat Monroe Community College at home 18-12. Sky Gaudio led the charge with an outstanding 8 goals and 1 assist en route to the victory.
And coming up for the Lazers, the women's lacrosse team will be playing in the NGCAA National Championship Tournament starting this Saturday, May 13th in Rochester, New York.
Of the affordable tuition while getting almost the same education I would at a big university.
Why did I choose OCC? I chose OCC for the students and because I love to teach.
Why did I choose OCC? I chose OCC because BMC program gives you a chance to create your own project.
Discover why OCC is the right choice for you.
The Coulter Library is your place for entertainment. With over 77,000 books, movies, and CDs, there's always something to do. Your place for research help. Trouble with a project? Ask a librarian. Your place for quiet space. Shh, our first floor is reserved for quiet work only. Your place for IT help. Visit our help desk on the 2nd floor. All this and so much more at the Coulter Library. Open 7 days a week. For more information, visit sunyocc.edu/library.
American solo comedian Drew Lynch will be in Syracuse Friday night, 7:30 p.m. at the Funny Bone Comedy Club and Restaurant in the Destiny USA Mall. Looking for something to do with friends or just looking to do something on a Friday night? Well, this might be just the thing for you. Welcome back to Lazer Update. I'm Claire Akers.
And I'm Nick Bullock. We're almost halfway through the show. Let's get straight into our next segment. Michelle Malinowski is currently the school librarian, but earlier this year she hosted the Planet versus Profit panel for students and faculty discussed if the pursuit of profit affected the world. John Baker went over to the panel to gather information. Here's what he found.
Last week in Coulter Hall, Michelle Malinowski hosted the Planet vs. Profit panel discussion for students and faculty to discuss how the pursuit of profit affects our planet.
I really enjoy helping students navigate how to engage in difficult content that's relevant to their lives. How do we ask these difficult questions that we all have to navigate? The goal of these discussions is to help students engage with the enduring questions, which really are helping them grapple with questions that we've been asking as humans since the beginning of time.
Students were able to weigh in and give their thoughts on the issue as well.
I think that part of what was really important with this conversation, of course, is people getting together that see the issue with the way that we've constructed our economies that have resulted in this sort of climate catastrophe.
This panel discussion was not only linked to our School of Liberal Arts, but also to OCC's Common Read for this school year.
The Common Read is one book that we pick every year that is in some way connected to the topics that the campus and the campus community cares about. This particular book focuses on a polar bear and also climate change.
Michelle Malinowski is always looking for ways to encourage students to have difficult discussions.
I'm really passionate about engaging with questions like this because it really helps students ask those same kind of growing questions.
With your Lazer Update, I'm John Baker.
Michelle continues to drive students and faculty to answer the hard questions in life. The library is doing a raffle to win an early copy of next year's Common Read, which is M is for Monster. Entries are available on the 2nd floor of the Coulter Library.
The professors here on campus are always giving it their best to make sure you succeed. One of these professors being Catherine Rumrell-Teese, who is currently teaching communications here at OCC. Sam Dimick has the story.
Here on the Hill, professors are always willing to give it their all to help out the students. Today we hear from one of those professors and her story.
So the biggest thing I like about teaching at OCC is the students. I have taught other places. I used to live in the DC area. I taught at George Mason University and George Washington University. And I find the students at OCC are just a fantastic bunch. I feel as if people are hungry for education and interested, eager to learn, grateful for opportunities. And so I find that what happens in the classroom is really meaningful. So it absolutely intrigues me. I was a psychology undergrad, and when I found communication, I started taking communication studies classes in my undergrad to get a minor. And then in graduate school, I went and studied communication much more, and I love it. So I absolutely love it. I personally find it intriguing because I find people intriguing.
Rumrill Teese is just one of many professors on campus staying laser focused in the classroom and beyond.
Not only is Catherine teaching communications, she is also the faculty specialist in the School of Art, Design, Media, and Music. So even with a busy schedule, she's there to help her students in any way.
Next up is a little segment we call Did You Know? A segment where we let you in on some things around OCC that not too many people know about.
For today, did you know that the National Grid is supporting our very own esports team? Kyle Goff has the story.
Did you know that National Grid's Project C, which supports different communities and people throughout the New York State, is giving $20,000 to help and support the growth of our very own esports team? This grant will allow head coach Keith Edwards to expose student athletes on the team to potential STEM career opportunities and supporting any goals that athletes may have. Money will go to purchasing new equipment and the ability to hire staff member Jeff Pease to help Keith manage and support the team, while also making sure to excel academically within the classroom. National Grid's vision and support of STEM and related opportunities help today's and future student athletes on the team.
Esports often gets labeled as playing video games, but in reality, it's way more than that. The fact that the National Grid is helping out with this is pretty cool.
I'm right there with you on that one. Before we go to break, let's take a look at what events are going on around campus. On May 11th, Cares for COVID will be in the Moini Hall from 1 a.m. till 1 p.m. at Table 2, Quadside Left.
And also on May 11th, Health and United Health will be in the Gordon Center from 11 a.m. till 1 p.m. at Space 9.
Why did I choose OCC? I chose OCC because it's close to home.
Why did I come to OCC? I came to OCC because it was financially affordable for my family.
Why did I choose OCC? I chose OCC for the hands-on learning.
To me, OCC is an opportunity to find what I'm passionate about.
OCC means opportunity to me. Opportunity for people of all ages and all walks of life.
OCC is a place to hone my skills and learn about the industry.
Visit sunyocc.edu to figure out what OCC means to you.
The Blue Blur is back this time streaming on Netflix with Sonic Prime. During a battle with Dr. Eggman, Sonic shatters the Paradox Prism, which destroys the universe and creates the Shatterverse, a multiverse of alternate dimensions called Shatter Spaces. Sonic travels through the Shatter Spaces, encountering different versions of his friends. Season 1 of Sonic Prime is currently out, with Season 2 rumored to release later this year.
Welcome back to the show. I'm Claire Akers.
And I'm Nick Bullock. We're coming to the end of our show, but there's still one more segment left. Our final segment is our Got Issue segment, where we talk about all kinds of things from movies to electric cars, or the mall to Amazon and so on.
For today's Got Issue segment, Sam Dimick discusses one of the most recognizable video game franchises of all time. Take it away, Sam.
Thanks, Claire. Pokemon has been around for generations and has become one of, if not the most popular series in all of gaming. But has the owners taken the series' popularity for granted? Hello everyone, I'm Sam Dimick, and today we are discussing Pokemon in the insistence of quantity over quantity. Joining me today are Will D'Agostino and Dom Ciccarelli. Thank you for joining me. Will, we'll start with you. How did you get into Pokemon?
Well, Sam, I think it all started when I was younger, around Christmas time. You know, you got your presents. I remember opening up a Nintendo DS for the very first time, and I was really excited. And along came with that a Pokemon game. It was Pokemon Platinum, and I was really excited because I've never played Pokemon, and I wanted to give it a try. And I played it, and I really loved it. You know, along came with that, I had the I had the trading cards as well, but that really solidified me into loving Pokemon.
Fair. Dom, over to you. When did you last play a Pokemon game?
The last time I played a Pokemon game, man, it's been a while since I've really sunk into a good Pokemon game. That was about maybe 6-7 years ago, and it was Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and I just thought the world and the region was really interesting. The Pokemon there were really cool. It was obviously a remaster of the older game. Groudon is a phenomenally designed Pokemon, and I love that he was so powerful in these games. Those games. And then, of course, the villains were super cool with their goal of terraforming the planet to change the world. It was really cool. You could fly around on Latios and Latias, the legendaries, to explore the region whenever you wanted to. It was a really cool experience, but it's been a while since I've played a game like that.
Will, I'm going to go over and ask you the same question. When did you last play a Pokemon game?
Yeah, like Dom said, I think it was a couple years ago. It was when Pokemon Go was kind of trending, and I think that was when I think I last played it. You're with your friends, at school, outside of school, kind of just hanging out, looking for Pokestops, trying to catch new Pokemon. That was a big fad a while ago, and I think that was the last time I kind of was into Pokemon.
I asked this because is there a reason why you haven't tried any of the new games?
I don't know. I think I just lost interest in gaming throughout the years, but I do still appreciate the old ones. I might have to, indulge in the new ones though, just to see what it's like compared to the old ones.
That's fair. When we come back, our discussion continues right here on God Issues.
Why did I choose OCC? I chose OCC because of the affordable tuition while getting almost the same education I would at a big university.
Why did I choose OCC? I chose OCC for the students and because I love to teach.
Why did I choose OCC? I chose OCC because BMC program gives you a chance to create your own project.
Discover why OCC is the right choice for you.
Welcome back. Sam Dimick here again. I'm here with Will D'Agostino and John Ciccarelli, and we've been talking. Let's continue. Will, we'll start with you. In your eyes, how do the newer games rank up with the older ones?
I think the newer games, I don't know much about them, but I know that I think it's hard to compete with the older games just because they're such classics and they're loved by so many generations. But I do know that they're upgrading more and progressing with the games, and they're probably adding new characters that may seem better to this younger generation that are loving the game. So I don't know. I think the older games, in my personal opinion, can't be lived up or are just the better ones in general.
That's fair. Dom, over to you. Why do you think Game Freak is putting quantity over quality with their new games?
Well, I think it's clear to see in the designs of the most recent Pokemon to come out. I mean, even if you go back, 3 or 4 generations of Pokemon, you can see the designs of these little characters just start to get less and less creative. Like you get a trash bag as a Pokemon, like just a trash bag. You get a pile of mud, and then of course everyone's favorite Pokemon, a vanilla ice cream cone. That evolves into, get this, a double scoop of vanilla ice cream. Whoa, crazy. Like, where's the creativity? Back in the original games, it's like all the Pokemon were influenced by the existence of real animals, and they were changed, but they weren't just inanimate objects. Like, it gets to a point where it's just really silly, and I think Game Freak's been doing this for 30 years now. They've been developing Pokemon games for 30 years. Mm-hmm. I think they're just getting tired of it, and I think that's why they're just pumping out a bunch of stupid stuff.
That's fair. Will, over to you. Has Pokemon gotten too big for its own good?
I don't think so, just because it's loved by so many, and I think it will continue to be loved. Like Dom said, 30 plus years, it's been loved by so many generations, and I think it will continue to be loved just because of how much potential it has, just being such a classic game and so many characters involved in it. And yeah, I think it's becoming bigger for its own benefit, for sure.
That's fair. Dom, we'll go over to you. How long have you been a fan? Quick question.
I've been a fan for Not a whole lot of time, probably only about 8 to 10 years now, because I started playing them when I was 12, 13 years old on my 3DS. That's really about it. A lot of people grew up with it from the age of 6, 7, but I wasn't really in that crowd.
That's fair. I'd like to thank my guests Will and Dom, and hope you've enjoyed watching. We may not have resolved anything today, but without the ability to talk freely about the things that concern us, there's little chance of us moving forward. I'm Sam Dimick. That's Got Issues.
Thanks, Sam. Well, that's about all we have for you today.
What a wild ride of a show it was. If you like this episode of Lazer Update, make sure you subscribe and follow us on our Facebook page at Onondaga's Campus Connection. And with that, I'm Claire Akers.
And I'm Nick Bullock. Good night, everyone.